Hello everyone, my name is Heyieasha and welcome back to the Boudoir. This week we're gonna have another yap session because, okay, let's give you guys a little bit of a life update. So as you guys know, I've been taking these acting classes and I actually upgraded to another night of acting. So I'm now doing this Monday and Tuesday nights. And the whole point of me switching my upload day to Wednesday was that I could have extra time to film. But now that has been defeated. So don't worry, it's still gonna be Wednesday, but I'm just gonna film it a lot earlier and then just have it uploaded. You guys won't know the difference because it'll still be up on Wednesday. But anyway, because of that, this Tuesday was the first Tuesday of me taking this class. If you guys are here for my Disney Princess series, I did watch Princess and the Frog. I did like it and I did take my notes already. I just can't have that be this week's episode because a lot has been going on and I don't have the time. If I were to try to film that today and edit that, you guys wouldn't see it until probably 7 o'clock on Thursday. So I just wanted to keep it really lighthearted and simple for today's episode. And then the next episode is going to be Princess and the Frog. You have my full word on that, okay? Pinky promise right now. Okay, thank you. Now that that is out of the way, if you'll excuse me for a second, I'm just gonna slip into something a little more comfortable. I mean, since we are yapping today, I figure it's very fitting for me to wear a piece from my merch collection, which you can buy very, very, very soon as I'm done tying up all the loose ends. In the meantime, if you want to know more details about what's gonna be happening, any promos that may come down the line, any giveaways, make sure to sign up for the mailing list so that you'll be notified whenever we do drop. But don't worry, I'll give you guys ample time to prepare, save your coins. But yeah, I really like this shirt. It's really cute. And if you would like to be the world's hottest yapper, you too can be one if you purchase this shirt. But that's enough of that. Let's get into today's episode. So I don't have much on the agenda, but on the TikTok streets and just in the internet in general, people have been up in arms about a statue in New York City. And look, do you guys ever have those things on TikTok where it's like the algorithm is forcing drama onto you and you just keep ignoring it because you're like, this is probably stupid. I don't even want to investigate. Even my nosy ass, I still don't want to investigate because I know this is going to be stupid. That's what I was doing with this whole statue drama until finally one too many think pieces popped up and I was like, you know what, let me just see what this thing is all about. So I click on the little search, the black woman statue in New York City. Let's talk about this. There was a statue. Let me get my exact words. The statue is called Grounded in the Stars. It's in Times Square Arts, New York City. It's going to be on display from April 29th to June 17th. The artist's name is Thomas J. Price, and this statue of a black woman, she's not necessarily modeled after one specific person, but this man was just observing, looking at images, and this was the image that he came up with. If I'm not mistaken, there might have been a model that he was basing it off of, but from my understanding, it wasn't based off of one specific person. It wasn't a Madam C.J. Walker, it wasn't a Rosa Parks. This was just a statue of a black woman. For whatever reason, as everything does on the internet, this is controversy. Oh my God, a black woman statue. Well, what are we conversing about? What's the controversy? Well, some of our fellow black ladies, of course, there was the racists, the incels and stuff. I'm not even going to touch that. I don't interact with those types of people, the MAGAs of it all. They can go over there. I'm going to talk about my people for right now because that's what I've been seeing the most uproar about. People don't like this statue. People are saying she looks homely. People are saying she looks like a mammy. People are saying she's fat, disgusting, a monstrosity. Why can't black women just be perceived as attractive? Why do we always have to be frumpy? And where's her bra? And she's so fat and obese. And I'm just like, y'all, we're doing this over a temporary statue. A temporary statue. And then this is the thing, we always ask for representation. We're always asking for diverse bodies. We're always asking for these things. And then when we actually get it, when it seems like we're in a step in the right direction, it's always conspiratorial. Oh, they're trying to make black women look like this. Why do we have to look like this? We're not a monolith. Which is all true. We're not a monolith, of course. But I'm just why specifically this statue? What is it that has everybody in an uproar? And I guess everybody's main issue is this woman doesn't look beautiful. She doesn't look, she doesn't have a bust down. She doesn't have on a BBL dress. She's not dressed to the nines. She doesn't look like she's going to the club. And I just don't understand why everything needs to like be that way. I think the problem is, and I've thought this for a while and I've been wanting to talk about this, y'all need to understand that your looks are your least interesting thing about you. At least for myself. I know I have a face card on me. Let's just be honest. I know I have a face card, but my face card is the least interesting thing about me. But my boobies, my hips, my whatever, those attributes, as great and beautiful, as wonderful as they are, and they should be celebrated. We should see this be represented in the media, diverse body types. Your looks are your least interesting thing about you. And so for these girlies that, you know, are so beauty centered, they're so focused on looks, I pity them. I feel bad because there was a lot of, you know, there was older women that were calling this statue a monstrosity, you know, with that like old school auntie mindset of like, how dare you leave the house in a bonnet? How dare you not be, you know, perfectly every hair in place? Like, what's wrong with you? Why your edge is not laid? That demographic of Black women seemed to have a big problem with this statue. And then we also had, I'm not going to name her by name because she's kind of been through a lot lately on the internet, but then we had this really young, really popular Black influencer, and she just, the take that I saw from her was just not, like, I could comprehend what she was saying, and what she was saying in the video was basically like, you know, why do we always have to look like that? Why can't Black women be beautiful? Like, God forbid a Black woman is attractive. You know, whenever there's a dark-skinned model, they're always making her shave their head, and just like a whole bunch of like, girl. And again, I want to give her some grace because she's young and she had a lot going on the internet, and I don't want to like dogpile on this girl because TikTok already took care of that pretty much. But I just don't understand why now? Like, you mean to tell me you've never seen any other depictions of Black women in art before? And not to mention, with this whole Sinners thing going on, everybody was just praising the actress that plays Annie in that movie, and she's a full-figured woman, right? But then 2 weeks later, you turn around, we get this big statue unveiling, and everybody's like disgusted and throwing up for some reason. I really don't see the problem with this statue. Now, maybe people, when they think of statue, they're thinking of like Venus de Milo, they're thinking of these like Greek goddess sculptures and whatever. Like, fine, but I don't see why this one singular statue was like, this is an attack on Black women. This is a humiliation ritual. And I'm like really starting to think, like, I wonder what the artist's intention was behind this statue, because it's like all of this criticism, all of this that we talk about, you know, everybody's always ganging up on Black women, everybody's always trying to make us perform and be something we're not and conform to these Eurocentric beauty standards. But we're finally getting some representation of what a lot of Black women look like, especially in America. Some of your mamas look like that. Some of your aunties, some of your friends, your homegirls look like that. So when you come online and you say, ew, this fat, disgusting, ugly statue, she looks so unkempt, her braids, ugh, she's not wearing, like, well, there's a lot of people that look like that are probably watching this video and are probably not feeling the best about themselves right now, because you just had a whole bunch of people online call this cute little statue the most ugliest monstrosity they've ever seen. This whole situation made me want to look inward and any sort of remaining internalized racism that I may have, because let's face it, if you're growing up in a white-centered society and you're a person of color, you probably do have a little bit of that in you. It's a spectrum. You know, some people have done a really good job of unpacking that. Some people still have a long way to go. But like, it made me want to look inward, because I can't imagine seeing something like this and having such a visceral reaction, like, ugh, she looks so ugly. Like, I'm really trying to sit here and figure out what looks ugly about her. They're saying she doesn't have a bra on. Like, really? I'm just looking at this picture. They're saying she looks angry. Like, oh, they're trying to always make... She looks like she's just standing. She looks like, yeah, she got her eyebrows furrowed probably because she was looking at the sun. Like, she does not look angry. She does not look like whatever these people were trying to portray her as. That's why I'm still so confused by all of the backlash. Like, I don't know. It's just very strange. And I think we as Black women, and I feel like I have fallen down this path before of like, oh my God, this lady's a horrible representation for Black women. But like, we have to remember, we all grown. We all have free will at the end of the day. Just because another black woman does something that I would never do, that has no reflection on me. Even though society is going to look at us as a monolith and as one, and you know, one person messes up, this is how the whole race acts. But that doesn't mean we have to adopt that mentality as well. And like, we really have to be careful with what we're saying and how we're saying it. And especially if we have our full faces attached to these statements online, nothing gets deleted. And a lot of y'all girlies that I could call out by name, but I'm not going to do it. But if you want to look it up on TikTok, you'll find exactly what I'm talking about. You girlies that deleted your videos because you thought critically, which is what you were supposed to do before you posted the video, but you know that you got backlash and you know what you said was wrong. Like, that's just point blank period. These videos were like really gross to me. This whole skinny talk thing, this whole like obsession with looks and filters and everything, I feel like it's really skewing our perception of what real people look like. And I've thought this for a while. I'm not gonna act like I don't use filters. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying, like, we have to remember that social media is literally social media. You can alter anything, and now with AI, you can literally make up anything from scratch. That's terrifying, very horrifying to think about. But like, we have to remember that we are human beings. We all doo-doo, we all pee, we all go through things, we get sad, we have happy moments. Like, we are real life people with pores and stuff, you know. We have texture on our face. Everything is not going to be smoothed out. We're not always going to have that retouch filter on in real life. Okay, even if you have the best foundation, I don't care if you got that Estee Lauder double wear, you have skin, you have texture, and that's okay. That doesn't make you a flawed human being. That makes you a human being. The obsession with looks is going too far, and if we're not careful with that, that could easily slip into fascism. When you're so focused on maintaining a beauty standard, you're going to start, whether you think so or not, whether you're intentionally doing it or not, subconsciously, consciously, you're going to start looking at other people who don't meet that standard as less than. Okay, so all you little cute little skinny talk warriors, we just had some big head lady, I don't know why I'm getting mad, we just had some big head ass lady being like, oh, if you're over 200 pounds, you should not be in Pilates. Some of you guys actually need to be punched in the face. Like, I'm not a violent person, but some of y'all actually need to be slapped upside the head, because why would you even say something like that? And then that girl got fired. She had like all these repercussions. Good, because what are we talking about? We're in a recession and you people are calling people all types of names. We're calling size 8s morbidly obese. Like, what are we actually doing? It's one thing for you to be insecure. It's one thing for you to be obsessive over your weight and feel like you can't eat one single slice of cake because it'll all go to shit if you do. That's on you, right? But you need to keep your insecurities to yourself. You need to stop coming online and opening up your mouths. And it's like, it's so obvious that you guys don't like yourselves when you post those types of videos and all of those. If I was fat, I would kill myself. That's my biggest fear. Like, you guys have no substance outside of looks. And I don't believe that. I don't actually believe that to be true. But it's like, you guys move in a way that it makes it seem like you have nothing else to talk about besides looks. That's why I'm saying there's more to life than looks. Your looks are your least interesting thing about you. You have so much to offer, so much depth. So like, you're intelligent. Why do you feel like your looks are the only thing that it's going to carry you? I'm not saying to not care about looks, because that would be crazy. Like, there's a difference between self-care and like actually taking care of yourself versus being so obsessive about your looks to the point where you're trying to dictate what other people do, and you feel comfortable enough to hop online and say, if you're over 200 pounds, not to go to a Pilates class. Are you okay? And she deleted her video too, because you obviously were wrong. It's like, you want fat people to lose weight, but then when they try to lose weight and go to the gym or go to a Pilates class, you're still judging them. So what do you people want? I don't get it. Like, what are we talking about? We're in a recession. People are food insecure. You know, the prices are rising each day. It's a new recall on food every day. Why are we doing this? Stop. And we don't know what people are going through. That's skinny, fat, mid-size, whatever. You don't know what people are going through. So like, how about we just not speak on people's looks. Like, it's actually so easy to not speak on somebody's looks. And I know I'm talking all over the place, but like, these are just the collection of thoughts I've had over the past week. And like, that statue situation really made me realize, like, dang guys, we're regressing in some areas. Like, what are we doing? Like, I don't understand. Like, oh my god, some of the videos I see, it's like, do y'all not know what a digital footprint is? Do you guys not know that actions have consequences? That's why you guys are getting fired from jobs and shit. Like, just think before you speak, and think, is this actually something I need to publicly broadcast, or is this just an insecurity of mine that I need to work on? It's okay to have insecurities. It's okay to be self-aware. In fact, it's good to be self-aware about the things you're insecure about. That way, you're not out here projecting on other people, making yourself look so idiotic. Because I'm telling you, when you guys project onto people, and I'm not saying you guys, I'm just saying like a general you guys, I love you. But like, when people, it's so obvious when people are projecting. And I feel like the people that project don't see that because they're so not self-aware. And that's the problem. Like, self-awareness is such an important quality to have, because y'all think you're doing something and you think you're hot shit coming online like Regina George, like but you're telling on yourself. Like, you're literally saying, I would feel so insecure if I was a size 14 in pants. Mind you, the size 14 is out here living her best life, face card on point, outfits on point. She's not worried about what you guys are thinking because she's actually comfortable in her own body. But when you're not comfortable in your own body, all you're going to do is talk about looks, skinny this, skinny that. If you're 200 pounds, if you're size 8, if you're size little, get a life. With all due respect and all the love in my heart, I'm saying that as a friend, as a sister, as a cousin, whatever, get a life. You are thinking about yourself too much, and in turn, you're thinking about other people so much. You're judging yourself and you're judging others. It's not a good look. Because we know you're insecure as hell. If all you're talking about is looks, get a life. Get a life, though. But, like, get a life outside of your looks. Like, it's really corny, and I'm getting tired of and I don't even have an eating disorder, but it's trigger word. I don't even have that. But, like, some of these videos will make you be like, dang, like, do I need to stop eating? Because it's like, what is going on? I can't imagine saying some of the shit that these people be saying. Like, y'all are just so nasty. And even when I was at my most athletic, like when I was in the gym 5-6 days a week bodybuilding and stuff, I still never looked at other people as less than just because I'm in the gym. Like, it's just so weird. People have a need to feel superior over others so bad. And it's just like, if you were actually comfortable with yourself and you actually liked yourself, you wouldn't feel like you had to dunk on people. Like, what the hell, yo? What the hell is going on, my sisters? Especially if you look like me, cut it out. Okay, cut it out immediately. No, we're not a monolith. We're all very different. You have alt black girls, you have the cutesy coquette black girls, you have ratchet black girls, you have normal black girls, you have book talk black. You have so many different types, okay? Like, we don't all need to look the same. But also, it should not bother you when one type of black woman is being represented. It says more about you than whatever you think the statue is trying to say, because it's like the artist, I don't even think he really said anything about why he did it or whatever. This was probably a social experiment to see, okay, let's just put this thing out and see how people react. And to my surprise, well, actually, I'm not surprised, but like, a lot of black women were shitting on the statue for some reason. And first of all, it's temporary. It's not like it's a, the Statue of Liberty. Like, it's a freaking art exhibit. Are we okay? Again, this is why I didn't want to even look at it in the first place, because I knew it was going to be stupid. I knew this whole thing was going to be dumb. And then I clicked on the link, my dumb decision, and I see all these think pieces, and I'm just like, girls, no. If you're a shallow person, if you're so obsessed with your looks, if you're always finding a new flaw within yourself to fix, I'm gonna need you to get that under control. And I'm saying that actually, like, genuinely. I know I sound sarcastic, but like, please actually find other qualities that you enjoy about yourself outside of your looks. Read, color, knit, garden, other gardening, something other than just your looks, okay? But that's all I wanted to talk about. This whole statue thing was so unnecessary in my opinion. What did you guys think of the statue? Did you like it? Did you not like it? If you didn't like it, tell us in the comments why. We're not gonna attack you. We don't do that here. But like, I just really want to know, why was this discourse? And I know I'm contributing to the problem because I'm making a whole episode about it, but like, don't forget to like this episode and subscribe. And if you're listening to me on streaming, don't forget to hit that download button so you can listen to it over and over and over again. And like I said, don't forget to subscribe to my mailing list so that if you want to get some cute little merch just like this, you'll be the first one to know about it. Any promos, any deals, any giveaways, stuff like that. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me. Quick little short episode. Next episode is going to be Princess Tiana, so don't worry about that if that's what you guys are waiting for. I just didn't have time to edit all that today. But I love you guys so much. I will see you guys next week. Bye.